I never believed the stories. Ancient ruins buried beneath the sands of a forgotten moon, interstellar myths of creatures who ruled by willpower alone. Those were the things of holofictions and conspiracy forums. I was a salvage operator, not an explorer or dreamer. My world was grime, rust, and the hum of decaying starships left floating like ghosts in the void. So when the coordinates came in, encrypted, anonymous, and highly illegal, I should have turned them over to the Union authorities. But the payout was too high to ignore. That was my first mistake. I dropped into orbit over Ilaris 9, a moon lost to charts for centuries. No satellites, no beacons. Just a dead, black sphere surrounded by static interference. The kind of place the galaxy forgot on purpose. I ran diagnostics 3 times. Oxygen levels acceptable. Gravity functional. No signs of current habitation. I landed anyway. The surface was ash. Fine, powdery, clinging to every joint of my suit. The ruins were there, just like the data promised. Towers fused into jagged cliffs, bridges suspended in impossible defiance of gravity, and architecture that twisted upward in spirals of alien geometry. No signs of technology, just stone and silence. And yet I felt it watching me. I spent 2 days cataloging, mapping, and scanning. Nothing moved. No heat signatures. No wildlife. Not even bacteria. But on the 3rd day I found it. A door. A slab of black obsidian, 10 meters tall, carved with sigils that shimmered under my light. When I touched it, the ash beneath my feet shifted. The world trembled. And then the door opened, not inward or outward, but like space bent around itself, peeling back to reveal a corridor glowing with crimson light. My second mistake, I entered. The air was warmer, fragrant, almost intoxicating. My HUD blinked warnings about pheromonal saturation, but I dismissed them. Ahead, the corridor pulsed like a heartbeat, drawing me deeper until I reached the chamber. It was a throne room, vast cathedral-like. Columns of crystal arced toward a ceiling lost in shadows. At the far end stood a throne carved of obsidian and bone. And upon it she sat, the alien queen. Her body shimmered with a fluid metallic sheen, silver and violet, ever shifting. She was tall, easily twice my height, her limbs elongated and graceful, her head crowned with a halo of bioluminescent spines. Her eyes, black as space itself, pierced into mine. "You are not one of mine," she said, and her voice wasn't sound but sensation. Warmth on skin, pressure on the mind. Froze. My instincts screamed at me to run, but my legs betrayed me. I was rooted. I'm just a scavenger," I stammered. Arose. Each step she took echoed with power. She circled me, inspecting, studying. I could feel her thoughts brush against mine, like fingers trailing along the edge of a blade. "And yet you found your way here. My temple. My prison." "Prison?" I asked against my better judgment. She smiled, a terrifying, alluring curve of lips. "I was a goddess once. Worshipped, feared, loved, then betrayed by my own children. They buried me here, trapped in a pocket dimension between time and decay, sustained only by desire and power." Backed away. "I didn't mean to trespass." "You did more than trespass." Her voice purred now, pulling at something deep inside me. "You awakened me. You freed the lock with your presence. And for that, a debt is owed." "What kind of debt?" She stepped closer, her presence overwhelming. "A bond must be formed. You must serve, submit, become the vessel through which I return to the stars." I shook my head. "No, that's not." Before I could finish, the room exploded in light. I woke on the floor, gasping. My suit had been stripped away. My body ached. Something inside me had changed. My skin felt electrified, my thoughts clouded. The Queen stood above me, her eyes glowing. "I have begun the merging," she said. "You resist, but your body remembers. In time you will desire it." Me. My will. I tried to crawl away, but the chamber bent around me, folding space like origami. There was no escape. Days passed, maybe weeks. Time didn't behave normally inside her palace. She showed me visions. Her rise to power across galaxies, her fall at the hands of her jealous offspring, and her dreams of returning. She spoke of empires built on seduction and force, of ships powered by neural networks linked to her thoughts, of soldiers bred from her DNA and loyal beyond death. And through it all, she touched my mind. Never harsh but never gentle. Probing. Rewriting. I fought. I tried to resist. I screamed, raged, even begged. But then came the third mistake. I listened. Her words became familiar. Her voice comforting. She gave me knowledge. Secrets of alien technologies. Languages that hadn't been spoken in eons. Memories that weren't mine but now lived within me. And with each lesson my body adapted. My strength grew. My senses sharpened. I no longer needed food or sleep. I began to understand her, not as a monster but as something more. A being out of time. Powerful, yes, but lonely. Desperate. She needed a conduit. Partner. A key to unlock the galaxy once more. "You're becoming mine," she whispered one night. Her form coiled around me like a lover and a serpent. "You feel it, don't you?" And I did. I didn't want to, but I did. The Queen didn't force submission through pain. She wore it down with pleasure, with purpose. I started to crave her presence, her guidance. I stopped dreaming of escape and started dreaming of ascendancy. Then the transformation completed. My body was no longer entirely human. Traces of her biology now flowed through me. Biotech laced through my veins, thoughts that moved at light speed, desires amplified beyond human understanding. I had become something new. Not her slave. Not her puppet. Her consort. And with that bond forged, the throne room shattered. The ancient architecture crumbled, revealing a chamber beneath. A hidden hangar containing a ship unlike any I'd seen before. Organic and metallic, alive and dormant. "Together," she said, placing a hand on my chest, "we shall awaken it." And we did. The ship responded to our bond. Systems flared to life. Gravity shifted. Engines hummed with impossible energy. We launched from the surface, the hangar collapsing behind us, the moon crumbling like dust beneath our wake. We weren't just leaving. We were rising. Out of the ashes of betrayal and ruin, we carved a path through dead space. At every system we passed, her influence grew. Derelict satellites reactivated. Forgotten outposts broadcast her signal. Artificial intelligences long dormant answered her call. But not everyone welcomed her return. The Union detected us within weeks. They sent a fleet. Warships. Drones. Threats broadcast in every known language. I spoke for her. She had no need for violence, but she had no tolerance for disobedience either. They attacked. We retaliated. I watched as ships disintegrated under her gaze. Weapons melted. Minds fractured. We didn't kill them, we rewrote them. Every soldier who stood against us became a believer. Every captain became a priest in her new order. And I was her voice, her general, her chosen. Yet part of me still wondered, what remained of the scavenger I used to be? Was there a piece of that man left inside this hybrid shell? Or had I become something else entirely? One night, as we floated in orbit above a burning world, I asked her, "Was this always the plan? To make me like you?"